so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
How did it end up? How did it end up? We don't need those different ranks and all rank and file, putting people everywhere, positions everywhere, people occupying places with the big names. At the end of the day, they turn to become a distraction. But you see somebody, this is the only thing that bothers that very man whom I don't know who he is. On the comment section, he was always asking about who is the deputy, who is the deputy, who is the deputy. Now he has not forgotten about the real pursuit of the Biafra freedom, the real pursuit of the freedom of Mazen Nandekano, and the achievement made so far. All they focus their attention is on looking for fault. How long will you continue to distract yourself? This is not the time for self-hate and distraction. No, this is not that time. Any responsible and reasonable Biafran that genuinely wants freedom should not be hating his own brother at this time. You don't have to be talking down on your brother at this time. You should not be looking down on your brother at this time. This is a time for us to unify ourselves, a time to self-preserve ourselves, preserve each other. A time for us to fight for each other. It doesn't matter the difference in religion, the difference in ideology, the difference in belief, the difference in location, the difference in tongue. Whatever differences we have to be placed aside. And we forge ahead with more mind in looking for our freedom, for restoration of Biafra. That should be the only thing that should matter to any genuine Biafran. The restoration should be the only thing that matters to you. But today, what do we see? What we see today is distraction. What we see today is obstructions. What we see today is blackmail, propaganda from right, left, and center. What we see today is people making unnecessary comments that doesn't deserve attention. How long shall we continue on this path of failure and destruction? How long shall we continue on this path that never lead anybody to success? We have come a long way. And we have gotten a long way. We are in a stage of restoration of Biafra. That is where we are. We are no longer in agitation. We are not, and that is why you see the stage we are now. The new dimension has been opened clearly. The new dimension. People who are still agitating and talking, they don't know where we are. We are far ahead. But if you feel that you want to remain in agitation, continue to agitate. If you feel you want to remain, continue to agitate. But don't draw your attention, don't distract those who have entered into restoration. Today we are in restoration. From the establishment of Biafra Republic Government in exile, restoration commenced. And the zoo themselves are getting the message. They are getting the message. And that is why I saw one of their conventional media interview where they were talking about our new Biafra government in exile. They have already started discussing the Biafran government in exile. Biafra Republic government in exile. They have started discussing this already on their media. And in that way, the man was saying that it is now that the Biafrans are now taking more solid steps. That it is no longer agitation. That our new prime minister is now making the struggle much more legitimate than you can ever imagine. And I bet you, the zoo is scared. They are scared. Our enemies know how far we have gone. On that very interview, which our spokesman someone posted even on his Twitter, he posted that very video. I'm going to post it here after this program. You will see the discussion they are having there. Even while the government are pretending not to see, they know that the struggle have taken a new dimension. They confess it in their confession and they know that we are now in the land of no return. We have told them for a long time, but they never believed. When Mazen Nandekano said that we have crossed the Rubicon, some people thought it was a blackmail propaganda or just a man we hear what say. But today, they themselves are confessing in their conventional media that we have reached to the land of no return. They are confessing it. By the establishment of the Biafran government, the Republic government in exile, with a new prime minister and cabinet, it has become obvious that it is not business as usual. Today, in Biafran struggle, you talk to governments as a government. You approach the United Nations as a government. You approach other countries as a government. The only reason why they were proud to say that Biafra is dead all this while was that we were acting as an organization. The Biafra Republic, Biafra have gotten out of organization. It is no longer about just IPOB. IPOB was the vehicle that our supreme leader Mazen Nandekano put on the ground to propel us into this very state that we are now. We were able to use that vehicle, which Mazen Nandekano provided. The foundation, solid foundation led by Mazen Nandekano, he gave us that vehicle, IPOB. And through that vehicle, we rode all the way, until when we got to the state we got. Until when Mazen Nandekano was trying to unveil this new dimension in his presence. This new dimension was to be unveiled in his presence. The enemy saw what was coming. They couldn't comprehend it. They kidnapped Mazen Nandekano and took him away. And we continue to use that same vehicle that Mazen Nandekano had given us. The IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okekabiama himself. We continue to push through our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, and the new Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile. We were able to march forward and move and move and move and move. And today, here are we. We have a government with an office. It is no longer a mere hearsay, or maybe you are talking to the air, or you are talking to people without address. Today, Biafra has an address. You know, when we unveil that very address, when our spokesperson and the new Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, when he unveiled our office, the location, fellow Biafrans who are supposed to be happy and celebrating, or even be praying, let this be true, even if it is a lie, pray that this should be true. Pray and support it and say nothing should, let this thing be a reality. Instead, they were wishing that it doesn't work. They went to the extent of blackmailing, went to the extent of calling the estate agents, went to the extent of telling them all manner of lies and dehumanization, trying to distract them from allowing Biafrans to hold an office. Fellow Biafrans. And these are people who claim that they are fighting for freedom. These are people who claim that they want Mazen Nandekano free. These are people who claim that they are the followers of Mazen Nandekano. You are following Mazen Nandekano, and yet the government that is supposed to fight for Mazen Nandekano, you don't want them to stand. You do not want them to have an office. In fact, you are wishing that them extinct. You are working for the enemy, being an informant and just working openly for the enemy. And at the same time, you will come and claim that, oh, I am a Biafra. Oh, I'm fighting for Biafra. Oh, I need Biafra. Oh, he's not doing it well. I'm doing it very well. What a shame. After that show of shame that happened, these are fellow Biafrans. People who have stood with us, had meeting with us, broadcasted with us, spoke with us. We stood on the same platform to speak about Biafra. All of a sudden, that same Biafra we all spoke about is about to come. And you turn the other way around. You begin to criticize. You begin to attack. You begin to blackmail. What do you tend to gain by going to that very place to make the video you made? The only thing you tend to do is to turn the Biafran people against our Prime Minister. You just want to show the world that the Prime Minister is not doing anything, that he's a liar. But at the end of the day, you have made him the most truthful man in Biafra land today. You have succeeded in making him the most truthful man in Biafra land today, just like Mazen Nandekano. The same thing they did to Mazen Nandekano. When Mazen Nandekano ordered for radio. When Mazen Nandekano sent for radio, that was how they blackmailed Mazen Nandekano. They say he stole the money. They call him one of a name. That it was a scam. It wasn't real. They told him one of the until Mazen Nandekano, out of annoyance, went and showed them. The very day he showed them where that very transmitter was. That was the day the transmitter got missing. The DSS took the transmitter because they pushed Mazen Nandekano, and they showed them. The same exact step that happened to Mazen Nandekano during that time of transmitter, he was called them. And in this stage, just that our spokesperson, Mazen Simon, told them, we have gotten an office in the United States. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile has gotten an office in the United States, and we are going to resume very, very soon. He gave the picture, he gave the address. All hell break loose. This is a news that's supposed to make every Biafran happy. More especially the Biafrans that are in the United States. This news is supposed to be a welcome news to them. It's supposed to calm their heart down because it is going to benefit them more. It's going to benefit them more. At least you have a mission that can stand with you, a diplomatic mission that can stand with you, a diplomatic body that can stand for you in any way. As we all know, as Biafrans all over the world, when we have an issue, Nigerian government never pay attention. And it is not propaganda. It is a reality that everyone knows. Once you are from Biafran land, mainly from the southern part of Nigeria, or mainly the Igbo Biafran, and you have a problem, an issue overseas, call the Nigerian embassy. They will not listen to you. They will not pay attention to you. I am a witness. I have seen it. I have felt it. It has happened to me. They won't pay attention to you. And now that we are having a body that can be able to speak on your behalf and attend to you on special needs, you are not happy. Instead of you celebrating, you will fast to go and begin to castigate that. As if that wasn't enough for you, you begin to call the agent to make some derogatory statement and begin to blackmail the organization. And you call yourself a Biafran. What is written is written. You cannot fight Chukwu Kabiam, and you cannot change the mandate of Chukwu Kabiam. And after all those calls that you made and all those blackmail, what happened? After all those things, finally, we have seen go there to confirm, and the flag of Biafra has been raised temporarily there, a temporary flag, until we finish the renovation. The renovation is still going on. A flag is now hosted that very place temporarily until when it will be fully open, and we will host the normal flag in line with the United States flag. It is going to happen. All these things are processes that sometimes certain things we do is because there are so many gullible people in this struggle. There are so many gullible people that are confusing. They will come and distract some people, confuse them, and tell them all manner of stories that doesn't hold water. And some tend to believe. Some of them tend to believe. It is very easy. Some people who don't have access to information, cheap blackmail, and they fall into the blackmail and they begin to believe it. That is why certain times you see our spokesperson reveal certain things. If not, our spokesperson doesn't have to pay attention to them. He doesn't need to respond to anybody. He owes you no apology. He owes you no explanation. But being the person he is, he knows whom Biafrans are. He knows that he's the servant of the Biafran people. That is why when he sees something that's going to bring doubt, he responds to it. And then move on. And you see how he responded yesterday. Responding with action. You saw that the same building where they went to make video. In that same building, yesterday you saw it. I posted it on my page. I posted a picture on my page. Many of you have seen the video. How one of our comrades went there, made a video and hosted the flag of Biafra, raised it up there. While we continue to wait for the renovation and the completion of the opening of the place. This is a milestone achievement that we're supposed to be happy about. Something that even those who are not Biafrans, some people who are not Biafrans, they marvel. They marvel at the speed and the progress we're making. They marvel at the steps we are taking. They marvel at the doors we are knocking at. Some of you don't know what is coming. Some of you don't know what is coming. And by the time you know what is coming and how far, if you know how far the Prime Minister of Biafran Government in Exile have gone, you will cry for yourself. Those of you who are attacking him, those of you who are still calling him names, those of you who are still making some irrelevant statements against him, if your eyes is open and you see how far he has gone, you pity yourself. You regret your actions. That is why I chose the topic I chose today. That we have outgrown that stage where we will begin to hate ourselves, attack ourselves, or begin to look down on your brother. No. Your own brother is not the enemy. Your own sister is not the enemy. Your fellow agitator is not the enemy. We know the people that have pronounced themselves enemy to the Biafran people. They make themselves known. They are not hiding. They have talked to us in our face to face. They put it in action. They put it in word. They push it in our face on daily basis. Why are you not channeling your strength on them? That time you spent to come and make video to distract our Prime Minister. That time you need to make video to distract your fellow brothers and sisters that are genuinely fighting for the cause of Biafra. Why don't you spend that time? Explain to the world why you are speaking about freedom. Explain to the world. Because many people are not still hearing. You might think that everybody have heard. There are still some people who are not getting the information. Some people are not getting the information. And with all manner of distraction you are seeing, some of them will think it's just like the saga they talk about saga. The Biafran struggle is not saga. It is not something you use for game or for play. No. And how are you going to make people take it serious? Is by focusing on that which you want. Every one of us must not speak in one voice. But one thing we must not do is attacking each other. We must have different views. It's allowed. We must have different opinion. It's allowed. We might have different mindsets. It's allowed. But one thing you must not allow is you spending your precious time on trying to destroy your own brother who is genuinely seeking for your freedom and his own freedom. Your own brother who is genuinely seeking for a better life for every one of us. The least you can do is to support him. The least you can do is to appreciate him. The least you can do is to fight along with him. If you have a contribution to make through him, you make the contribution. If you don't have a contribution to make and you want to channel your energy in your own way, go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong in it. If you have a different idea on how to pursue the actualization of Biafra and get it, my brother, nobody is stopping you. Go ahead. Go as fast as you can. Go get it. Go and get it. That is what we want. Mazen Nandekan have said it. If you know what you will do to get Biafra, go ahead and do it. Our spokesperson have said it. Go and get Biafra, you can get it. If you get it before you, we will happily join you in Biafra land. So, what is your problem? There's no law that says you must be with Master Simon to fight for your freedom. There's no law that says that you must be part of the Biafra government in exile for things to happen. If you have a different idea or channel, what we want is result. What we want is result. But today, in the autopiloted IPOB, under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and the new Prime Minister today of Biafran Republic Government in Exile, under that very banner, we are making progress. Huge progress. Huge progress. So many of the progress have not been spoken about. There are so many that when you hear, your ears will tickle. The reason why some of you are still bent on listening to some irrelevant issues or getting distracted is because you don't know how far the Biafran government in Exile have gone. You don't know how far they have gone. I pray that one day you will know. Then you will know what you have done to yourself. When you see and know and realize what Biafran people have gone, what the Biafran government in exile have been able to achieve, if you know how far the Prime Minister or Biafran government in exile have gone, you will have every cause to regret everything you are doing against him. He has put everything on the line, his career, his family, everything around him he has put on the line, knocking on doors that seem impossible. And every of those doors is opening. Opening because he is working on the mandate of Chukwu Gabiam. This is a mission that he must accomplish. It is not his private business. In fact, he has left his own business to pursue the business of Biafran people. Freely, without being paid. Nobody is paying him. You are not paying him. I'm not paying him. Self-sacrifice. Instead of paying him, he is one using his own money, adding his own money to pursue whatever that needs to be pursued and make sure that he gets it done. How long shall we continue to focus on ourselves instead of focusing on where we are supposed to focus on? Enough of the distraction. Enough. Enough of the distraction. Every one of us have to wake up. Have to wake up and channel our energy to the right path. Channel your energy to the right source. The only thing we need today is redemption. Redemption, that is what we need. We need freedom. That is our collective interest of every Biafran, man and woman, child and old and young. Wherever you are. Our collective interest today is how we can be able to achieve our freedom. How we can be set free from captivity. How we can be set free from the hand of the enemy. Not until when we become free. There's nothing that you can be able to say. You cannot have self-respect until we become free.